Hey, onesies, Josh Williams here, and thanks for checking out this week's episode of the One Man Podcast. It's always free and available on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play Music, and many more, as well as on the web at onemanpodcast.com. So please, whatever platform you're listening on, like and subscribe. While you're at it, give it a rating, leave a review. Why? Because it helps the podcast, and I'd really appreciate it. How about that? What about social media? Search One Man Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube to keep up with what's going on there. Get a little extra content for yourself. And finally, to get in touch, please send your emails to contact@onemanpodcast.com. You send it, I read it on the podcast. That's the deal. Thanks for listening, guys, and I hope you enjoy this week's episode.
I'm K. Trevor Wilson from TV's Letterkenny, and you're listening to the One Man Podcast.
Yeah!
It's Josh Williams, and welcome to the One Man Podcast, episode number 108 for Wednesday, June 5th, 2019. How's it going, onesies? I am doing another episode from my back in bed. I got sick again, and I was so close to not even recording this at all. Just too much stuff going on. I got an early morning tomorrow that I'm not going to be healthy for. Of course, that morning being the time that you guys download this. I really don't want to put another low energy kind of who gives a shit episode, guys, but I'm so sorry. I just don't want to miss it. I don't want to give you something late, so I will rally together and have something really spectacular for you. My energy and my spirits are high. Well, sorry, my energy's not high. My spirits, my mood are high, but but I got a cold at the end of the weekend. That's just got me with a brutal headache and a really rough cough. And I don't know, I haven't really been doing much talking. I've actually been quarantined in bed all day, and I've been doing pretty much nothing but sleeping. So just not feeling particularly good. I've got my second Uber Eats order on the way today because I just can't seem to find the energy to stand up long enough to make something. So I'm looking at it here. It's 11:08 p.m. Like, I really was photo finish, guys. Like, yeah, I'm not going to get this done tonight, and it's just going to be late, but I've decided against this. I'm using my little handheld recorder and hopefully get some small little stories out to you guys. My order gets here in 30 minutes, so let's hope that the podcast is shorter than that. So I hope you guys are doing well. This last week here, what did I do? I think that the most interesting thing of note is, I'm trying to think of, I did a spot. Yeah, I think on Tuesday night last week at Absolute Comedy I did a spot. I'm pretty sure I did one on Wednesday as well. I don't know why they're not in my calendar. Or was that the week before? I think I already told you guys about that. Look at me, not in control of my life. Hey! I think the most of what I did this last week was I was doing a grand reopening at a big retail store, Canadian Tire, and we were doing a lot of samples for like chips and chocolate and candies. Yeah, and I mean, I'd love to tell you that there was a ton of interesting stuff to do with it, but there really wasn't. It was me and my buddy Khalil. It was actually in another town, Brockville, so I was actually driving an hour there and back every day to do this as well. And I think, to be honest with you, the store was really dry. The weather was kind of shitty, and I think I picked up the bug being in just a dry area and the pollens and stuff like that out. I had to do a lot of work outside, putting like signs up and flags out and balloons and things like that. You know, part of the Promo Monkey job. We had, guys, so many stories, so many funny little stories that I want to tell you. I just don't have the energy for it. We had these two guys working with us. They weren't working with us, I apologize. So for the grand opening, they're doing all sorts of stuff, right? You know, they had a clown the first day. Really shitty fucking clown, too, I gotta be honest with you. Like, it looked thrown together and piss poor. Nice enough guy, but just garbage clown. This is like a small town fair in a big box retail store's garbage. You have Khalil and myself trying to get people to taste the candies and chocolates and stuff, and that was fine. People were doing it. And then you had these two guys. They were two Indian fellas, East Indian, actually from India. And they were trying to get people to sign up for MasterCards. And it was just so funny. Like, we were busting, like, it took a couple days for us all to become friends because we were there for long days, as were they, but we were busting each other's balls. Holy fuck, they were saying shit. They were saying stuff in English, of course, with a very strong Indian accent. They're like, excuse me, sir, did you get your 10% today? And I'm not trying to make fun of the way they talk. Like, we even discussed this. I said, I'm sure if I was speaking Hindi, I would have an accent too that would probably be very funny. They're like, absolutely. So we just kept chatting. I was telling them some of the funny things that my buddy Javid, who's also Indian, would tell me things, like, he spoke perfect English like Russell Peters, but he would always say something like, because this is the thing. We're in a small town, and small towns aren't exactly known for their progressive mentalities, let's say. And we're in the Canadian Tire bait shop, hey, we're one of the only bait shops in the area, hunting and killing and, a lot of backwoods kind of stuff. And then you have these two young fellas with very strong accents. So people are just like, what the fuck are you saying? What did you say? Excuse me, sir, did you get your 10%? And they're like, what the fuck is going on? So I just kept saying to these guys, I'm like, you gotta project, because people don't, I go, it's unfortunate, because small towns are like, they're not listening if they can't understand you. So we were joking around, and I was like telling them my buddy Javid used to say shit like, he spoke perfect English, but whenever he could tell someone was being, I guess ignorant or whatever, he would like just go full on like immigrant. He would just start to pretend like he couldn't speak English, and he'd say shit like, oh, no English, hell with it. And it was just, Javid used to fucking make me laugh so hard. He used to actually work on The Tonight Show, too, as a matter of fact. I remember seeing this pictures from being on set at The Tonight Show when he worked there years ago. But, anyways, sorry, I'm all over the map here, guys. I think fucking around with these guys was probably like the most fun I had in the last, I was there Wednesday through Sunday. So the teardown was a pain in the ass. The setup was a pain in the ass. Thanks for tuning into the Listen to Me Complain podcast. I'm not trying to make it a fucking gong show here, guys. It's just been a rough week. I can't believe it's 6.5 minutes. It feels like I've been talking for like 20 minutes. I'm just so, sorry. I'm just trying to make sure there's something for you here. Like, do I put this thing out late, and have it be better, or do I just give you another shit episode and try to have a better one next week? I'd love to tell some stories. My head's a swamp right now. And, honestly, I laughed so fucking hard. One of those guys, when I told him the no English thing, I never in a million years thought that he would actually do it. But it was just so funny. He said to the next person coming by, he goes, did you get your 10% coupon? And they're like, what? And he goes, oh, no English. Slaps his stomach like I showed him. And I fucking burst out laughing. I haven't laughed that hard in so long, guys. So fucking long. Yeah. You know what? Like, I'm not a piece of garbage, but accents are funny. And he was loving it too. He was having such a great fucking time. Because they found out, of course, I was a comedian. So they were trying to make me laugh. They were busting my fucking balls. We were having a great time. Anyone who's listening going, well, that was all of us were loving it. They were asking me for my number and my contact info and all my social stuff. And he's watching me on YouTube and whatever. We got along great. It was fun. But yeah, it was also fucking boring. Khalil and I were listening to podcasts on the way. We took turns driving down. I love working with that guy. He's fucking solid. What else can I tell you? I don't know if you guys can hear that. I got the window open here. I'm so drugged up too on meds. I got like Buckley's and ginseng. And again, I've ordered Uber Eats. So that's another thing. I've been a good bitch lately is when I was there, I was walking and I ended up going to like Subway every day, get a 6-inch sub. The only reason I got a 12-inch tonight is because I ordered Uber Eats. If I'm paying delivery, that's the same price as a 6-inch. What the fuck is this? International transaction alert. Is that my Uber Eats transaction? Yep, that was me. Crisis averted, internet. Yeah, so I was a good bitch. I would walk down to the Subway in the area and buy a 6-inch sub, eating healthy, even though I was on the road and we could have gone to like A&W or a bunch of other shit. I was a good old bitch. that trip. So back in town Monday, I hosted Open Mic Mondays last night. It was not fun. The crowd was garbage. In fact, Colin O'Brien, good buddy of mine, him and I were, well, messaging as in the sense like he sent me a message, I sent a message back, but he was like, dude, how shitty was that crowd last night? I'm like, yeah, they were garbage. It was a shit crowd. Matter of fact, excuse me, Saturday night, after driving back, oh, I got to tell this story too. I got so many stories. I just want to tell them funny. So listen, it was Friday night. Not that it fucking matters. One of the nights this weekend, I went to host a show in Carleton Place. And as Khalil and I are getting ready to leave Brockville, so let's basically drive back from Brockville to Ottawa, drop Khalil off, change, drive out to Carleton Place, and do my show. And when I go to Carleton Place, I always like to go to the Lakeshore Mediterranean. It is a shawarma place. It is so fucking good. The owner drives from Ottawa out to Carleton Place every single day, makes all of his sauces and everything homemade. Absolutely delicious. And so every time I'm doing a show in Carleton Place, I make sure to stop and have the shawarma. So I did that. It was delicious as always. But as we were leaving Brockville, okay, so this is long before, as we're leaving Brockville, I'm still doing the Invisaligner things. I'm on my seventh tray of teeth out of 15. So I'm about halfway, getting close to halfway. And I'm standing at the gate of my vehicle, right? The gate's up. I'm facing the trunk. This is very hard to describe audio, right, verbally, but visually I've had a lot more success describing to people. So I'm standing there. I've got my toothbrush in my hand. I've got a bottle of water to rinse the brush. All right. And I'm standing right next to my car's parked right next to the lawn. So it's kind of like, to the left of it is lawn, not another parking space. So I pivot. I do not step away. I pivot my hips, turn sideways and basically bend over a little bit to like pour the water over my toothbrush and then clean the brush out. And then as I right myself, right? So pivot back to where I was just standing, full height. I smashed my fucking face into the gate of the car. They might go like, well, Josh, why would you got to be careful. Here's the thing. 2-3 seconds prior, I had been occupying that exact same space with no issue. As soon as I turned to, pivoted, I did not lift my feet. I turned my hips. As soon as I turned my hips to do the thing, Khalil lowered the gate because he wanted to read the name of the vehicle in the back. So when I turned back, I didn't expect the gate to be lowered 3 seconds later. And of course, with full confidence, right? Turning my body and my face, I smashed it as hard as I could into it because, again, I was just there. There was nothing there. There was no reason to think there was danger. Total accident. I totally get that. There's no hard feelings. Excuse me. Sorry, guys, not doing well. So here's the thing. If you were deliberately trying to smash your face on it, you probably still wouldn't have hit it as hard as I did. And the reason being is when you know it's coming, you're still probably going to, pull back a little bit, just because you're like, oh, fuck, this is going to suck. So you still have, what to expect. I wasn't expecting a goddamn thing, nor should I have. I just turned right back, full force, boom, smashed it and busted my eyebrow open and started bleeding into my eye. So that sucked. This was right before my show, right? So I'm like, fuck, I got to drive home and then go to a show tonight. And I got a busted fucking face. Anyways, it's healing nicely. I still have a big, I don't know how many days later, what are we, Tuesday? So 5 days later, I still have a nice little mark above my brow, but that was the thing I did. It busted my fucking face open this week. The show in Carleton Place, it was nice to see Ken Strangway, Jim McNally, Tom Hills, and Chris Kingsbury. It's nice to see those guys. The crowd, it was jammed in that place, but the crowd that night sucked. I've done a couple shows this week, guys, where the crowd fucking sucked. Open Mic Mondays hosting, the crowd was shit. And I'm not one of those comics who blames the crowd. There are, for fuck's sakes, the hair in my mouth I can't get. There are some comics who blame the crowd. Every time they have a bad set, it was a shitty crowd. But both, both shows I did, the other comics on the show were like, yeah, this crowd was garbage. Jim McNally fucking killed, but it's his demographic, and he's also a pro. He's one of the best comics. And I've been meaning to get him on the podcast for a while, guys, so I'm going to be doing that, I promise. Sorry, guys. I'm really sorry that you have to hear that. If I knew how to edit shit off of this little guy here, I would definitely do that. And I know I don't have the time to sit and listen to the whole goddamn podcast. Oh, I sound like such a crabby fuck. Sorry, guys. I'm just laying in a swamp of my own sweat here. Trying to, be happy. Trying to get better. I've seldom left bed today. What else did I do? Did I do anything else interesting this week? I mean, I had a couple sandwiches. I've been a good bitch about not getting the drive-thru. I did do drive-thru breakfast on our way to Brockville, but only because it was like 8 o'clock in the morning that we had to leave. And, it's excuses, but at the end of the day, I didn't have time to get up and cook myself breakfast. We would grab drive-thru and then wouldn't eat again until late in the day. So, I feel bad about it, but that was the only thing. If I'm on the road, that I will forgive myself for. But once I got there, I was a good bitch, and I just had a 6-inch sub, lots of veg, and I was on my feet all day, I was working hard. Whatever, I don't have to justify myself to you. I'm just telling you guys, I'm working hard. The numbers are starting to come off the scale again, so I'm feeling good about that. And that was it. I think that at the end of the day, as I came home and I played some Red Dead, I was very happy about that. I started watching the series Dirty John, recommended to me by both Crystal and Chris. Excuse me. And what else? Not a whole heck of a lot, guys. Like I said, I got sick, and I've just been bedridden since then. I was in bed all day yesterday. I didn't think I was going to do the show last night, but I started to feel a little bit better. So I did it, and then I woke up sick again. And so I'll make this a nice quick one, guys. So what's coming up with me? Tomorrow morning, bright and early, which is something I could be honest with you, I'm a little worried about because of the fact that it's 11:30 right now. I'm still not feeling well. And I got to be up at like 7 in the morning to get ready to go do my, what do you call it? Oh, come on, brain. I got to go do my security stuff for my Air Canada tomorrow. So I got to drive to the airport in the morning with all my paperwork and everything and apply for my airport security thing. I got a few gigs coming up this weekend. I'm doing something Friday night, liquor sampling. I'm doing a Love Good Fats bar, like keto bars on Saturday morning. I'm actually really excited to try those because they're not like protein bars. They're actually designed to be good fat snacks for people on keto. So I'm really excited to try that, and I'll tell you guys what I think. And what else? Like, there's not a whole hell of a lot coming up this weekend. They tried to get me for a beer event Thursday through Sunday, but because of the other 2 gigs, I couldn't do it. But all I know is I'm getting real close. By the time I chat with you guys next, I will have started my job at Air Canada. So I'm excited for that. And I think that's it. So bright and early tomorrow morning, the day you guys listen to this, I will be trying to get my airport security. A few tastings this week. Yeah, sorry, no book reviews, no articles. Just too much going on sick-wise for that, and I'm sorry that this is a short episode. Maybe you guys are enjoying the shorter episodes. I've been trying to make them shorter lately. But yeah, I mean, I had some, I would say that the stories could have been a little bit more funny. I could have been more structured, but I'm very, very sorry, guys. Not top of my game right now. I do want to give a quick shout out, of course, to Oregon. I got a listener, I think, in Oregon that keeps downloading every single week. I want to big shout outs to my East Coast Nova Scotia onesies, but now Newfoundland and New Brunswick are starting to catch up too. So it's just great to see, Alberta out there putting some stuff out. I really appreciate you guys listening. I'm sorry it's been shit lately. Been a little stressed. I tell people all the time, I go, so the guys at the comedy club the other night were asking me like, hey, did you get your 2-year anniversary yet podcast? I'm like, yeah, I blew past. I totally missed it. But they're like, wow, that's something. I'm like, yeah, it's tough. I'll be honest, guys, the podcast some weeks feels like homework. And, if I had a shitty week or a rough week or whatever, a lot of things going on, it is difficult to get excited and be like, hey, I don't know, fuck. It's a skill in the set to be able to talk to the fucking wall, or in this case, the ceiling. Just staring at the ceiling with the window open, trying to cool this here fever. And it's not a hilarious episode this week. I really want to do these things in the morning. I thought about doing this thing tomorrow after I get back, but it would still be late. Maybe I'd have another good story for it. But you know what? I'm telling you right now, I thought I was going to wake up because last night I did a show. I didn't feel horrible, but I was thinking I was going to wake up this morning feeling better, and I go, fucking great. We're going to hit the ground running. We're going to record a hilarious podcast. Not the case. So I love you guys. Thanks for listening. I'll have a better episode for you next week. As soon as I'm feeling better, I'm going to start banging out. And we're going to get back on the regular mic too, because I know the sound quality of this one's shit. But I didn't want you guys to not have something. It's not your fault that I'm sick. It's not your fault if I have a shitty week. So I don't want to punish you guys by not having something out there for you. So just know I'm thinking of you. I appreciate you guys listening. Things will get better. Like I said, I made a reasonable amount of cash. I'm doing well. Like, it's been stressful lately with this Air Canada job coming up because I'm like, you know what? I don't know where money's going to come from because everything from June 10th and beyond, I can't schedule a damn thing. So many people are trying to schedule things with me and I cannot do it because I don't know where I'm working, when I'm working, everything like that. So it's been tense trying to find work and gigs and things like that to pay the bills until this Air Canada stuff starts coming. So I apologize as of late that my stuff's been like low energy and all over the map and not too much positive. It's been a kind of a stressful time going through some shit, but we're gonna come out right. Everything's peaks and valleys in life and it doesn't last forever. So I got too many great people in my life, like you fucking guys did, to feel too bad. So I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna eat my fucking Subway if it ever comes here. Let's do the countdown. It's 11:28. Says it's going to be here at 11:40. They're still preparing more order. So it's taking them 25 minutes to prepare the order. Yeah, whatever. Easy peasy. I got some nice chicken sub. Lots of veg. Scarf that down and head off to bed. All right, listen, I hope you guys have a great week ahead of you. I will have lots of high energy, funny stories for you next week. And in the meantime, I'm writing again too. So I'm actually starting to get some material out and doing some writing exercises. I got a bunch of other little things. I get it. I'm not going to sit here and just list all the shit I have to do that's going to make me complain, but I'm getting some other things done, some administrative stuff. And I've decided that I'm going to be recording an album in the fall. Ooh, big surprise or reveal or, special bulletin. I'm going to be recording an album, I haven't figured out the venue yet. But in the fall, yeah, I'm going to be recording an album. So hoping that you guys can make it out to that. And I'll tell you more information on that as it goes, but just got a lot of things in the works that are really taking up the old brain power. But, I will chat with you guys soon when I have more information for you. I will share it. But in the meantime, not all negative, just sick and tired and sweaty and hungry. And I'm remedying that now. I will chat with you guys soon. Have a great week.